So with that, I think we're ready for questions. And do we have any questions? I think we do, because I've seen some of these, but just give me some of the top ones. And I can think we can actually spend some time. I can say we can extend the time. For those of you that need to go, feel free to reach out to me. I can give you the recording because we're going to capture all of this. But if you need to go, well, I want to thank all of you for attending. If you want to stay, you can stay. Go ahead and stay, because I want to I do want to answer some of the questions that we have, and maybe spend a few more minutes just answering questions.
Yeah, true. I would say, like, I will add on as well. Thank you a lot for this informative session. You provided a lot of valuable information, and I'm not saying this on my behalf. I'm saying this on behalf of a lot of people who commented. A few people had to leave because of iftar, but we have a lot of engaged participants who have few questions to ask. So maybe we can start by a simple question. Maybe we can say, like, Mr. Ayman has a question saying, could you recommend books that can gain our skills as a product managers?
So yes, number one is AIPMM published the ProdBook, a guide to the ProdBook, and that's available via Amazon.com. It's available as a copy, as a hard copy, and you can also buy the Kindle edition. And all the courses that we talked about that is for product management, product marketing are based on that. It's a publication that is about over 250 pages, and it's all about product management and product marketing best practices. It has more details, and normally that's your best approach if you want to do some self-study. I can say that my take on this is that it does take a certain knowledge to actually be able to get the full benefit of just looking at that. But right now, it's the number one reference outside of actually coming to any live courses that we're offering that offer the certification. And that's the number one publication for product management, product marketing. I would recommend the ProdBook, and I can provide the information. If you connect with me on LinkedIn, let me know that you need it. I can send you the link, but it's available. Just do ProdBook, and I will send the actual term, the acronym, so you can look it up on Amazon.com. And Amazon.com, you can actually do a keyword search on that, and you'll see that it's available, and you can either buy the hard copy or Kindle edition, and that's the number one reference.
Thank you. Mr. Nasser Bamalan has a question. It's actually a quite interesting question because I think you covered a bit of this. He was asking, what are the most advisable sources to develop our product management skills? I think with the formal training, I think you kind of answered, but maybe you can add on a bit more.
Yeah, so in my experience, the mindset is most people think that live in person is the best quality, and it is for one reason, and that is the level of interaction that you're able to do. And I can tell you that the platforms that I'm using, my courses are very interactive and completely different experience than on demand. So if you try to go to Udemy or Udacity, any of these, when these are all pre-recorded, there's zero interaction with the instructor. The difference is, and this is the reason why we actually, Leoron is doing the virtual courses that are offered by Leoron are the next best thing to being in person. And I'm actually working with Leoron to actively improve how to ensure that there's consistency in the delivery of live virtual courses that lead to certification. So the certification courses I mentioned earlier, the 4 certification courses, are available as live virtual training moving forward for all of 2020. And I'm working with Leoron to schedule those. The next one that's coming up is in June. We're going to be announcing a CPMM, that is a Certified Product Marketing Manager course soon. It's coming in June, July. So this is the best approach to getting, if you're interested in getting your certified this year or certifying your team this year, these courses are not just publicly available, they are also available for in-house delivery. And that is the best approach right now, because you're going to find that there's no, let me put it this way, I would venture there is no expertise to the level of expertise. I've been in product management for over 20 years, and I've spent the last 10 years doing nothing but training of executives and senior managers within companies, and doing not just public courses, but also in-house courses. I've been doing this for 10 years. as a practicing product manager. I don't think that you're going to get that benefit from anybody in your regions if you're in the MENA region. The reason I know that is because that's the feedback that I've gotten from doing multiple deliveries of live in-person training in UAE, in Saudi, and the rest of MENA. So the live virtual courses is the best approach to getting someone like me to be live, because everything else that is out there is just on demand and there's no interaction with anyone. It's just recorded information.
Yeah, that's quite useful. We have Guna Natarajan has a question. I think this will be like maybe a general answer, but I'll go ahead and I will say how telecom enterprise impact in MENA region. So it's kind of like a general, but maybe you can say a brief.
So I would say in right now, telco has been sort of trying to reinvent itself, because it used to be that the phone company became an ISP, meaning they provide now broadband access, and everybody else has been shedding landlines, not just at home, but also at work. The majority of us have now migrated to voice over IP or some other service, which is MMS, multimedia services, not just texting and voice. So yes, we still do a lot of voice, and yes, we do a lot of texting, but that's done over multimedia. And most everybody today is actually consuming more video than anything else. Interactive video, and that's what I'm working on right now, on making my courses more interactive by not just having a live instructor, but also having recorded content. And when you're buying a combination of both on demand, but also live, and then the live after the live session becomes on demand for that course. And that's the kind of model that I'm moving all of my courses to. And right now, with Leoron, I'm focusing specifically on certification, but I'm going to be launching in 2020 more of the hands-on virtual workshops for product managers, for product marketing managers, and I'm going to be doing more of these hands-on workshops. Things like, how do you start putting together a market needs or market requirements document? How do you put together a product roadmap? How do you put together a business case for your product? All of these things, these are more detailed, more hands-on, things that we don't get into enough detail because of lack of time in a certification course. I'm going to be introducing a whole slew of those type of courses that are just available on demand as virtual live training in combination with on-demand training. And we're going to be announcing those. If you're interested in those, connect with me on LinkedIn or write me an email, because right now I'm working on what platforms I'm going to be deploying that in, and that's currently in the works. But I will be launching those in the next 2 or 3 months.
Yeah. A lot of people missed on the McKinsey report. I think I will answer them this question. You will have the whole presentation available afterwards online, shared through all the links, as Mr. Hector mentioned. So if you want to preview a few of the slides or some other, because there was a lot of beneficial information, we'll share the link afterwards and you can access it. I think that can answer to a lot of people who were inquiring about the McKinsey. We have a question from Peter, who was asking that, do you think that psychology is important for product managers, like in taking necessary courses? I personally see it is very important, especially that a product manager deals with many people from different backgrounds.
That is correct. So you don't necessarily need to have a psychology course, but you just have to have access to the right experts, right? I mentioned that earlier. There are at least 15 domains of expertise for anyone that wants to be exceptional in the role of product management. You don't necessarily need to be a psychologist or an anthropologist, but you could have access. And if you don't have access within your company, you can outsource that type of work to understand buyer behavior. And typically there are service providers that do that. I can definitely at least refer you to some of those. But what you need to do is understand where does this help you, right? And I mentioned earlier that one of the biggest gaps across in domains of expertise where you're below average is understanding or empathizing, understanding buyer behavior is the problem where most organizations struggle, because the people who are trained by profession to really understand by behavior are someone that is, anthropologist, business psychologist, and you don't necessarily need to have them in your team as product managers. Just outsource that work and go to experts. If you need help in identifying experts, let me know. I can at least point you in the right direction. I also just sent via the chat the link where you can sign up, so you can actually fill up that web form that's in that landing page. You'll get an automated reply, and then later on, I will send a link to a post-event page where you get in that landing page access to my entire slide deck, the video that is being recorded of this live session, and also a podcast, because I'm going to have all three of those in addition to just brief summaries and information to additional references that I use for this particular talk.
Another actually quite interesting question. What is the percentage of passing CPMM, and how many people pass out of the 100? If I can add on this, I would say it depends if Mr. Hector is your trainer or somebody else. I would say if it's with Hector, it's 100%. But
yeah, I would say that out of all the ones, and I actually work for a lot of different providers. I used to be an expert trainer for the 280 group here in North America. They're the largest that offer these certifications. I worked with them up until a few years ago. And, I've been with the best, and I know that out of everybody else that you have access to, I have the highest percentage rate compared to anyone that wants to get any of these certifications that are AIPMM certifications. And it's not just me saying it. I have actually referrals that and prove that I get the highest passing rate. And I think passing rate is not just the consistency of the delivery, right, of the trainer. It has to do with your own ability to be engaged. And in my courses, I go the extra mile to make sure that no one gets left behind. And that is not product management. That is about understanding how we all have different learning styles. And I use a blend of things because I realize that the majority of communication is nonverbal. And I do a lot of hands-on, but also I use a lot of visual tools and then look for opportunities to start putting exercises behind those visual tools that as to how you can do product management in using an agile approach to product management.
I think we don't have a question, but I have some quite lovely comments, as many others similar that I received. A lot of people would say thank you for this amazing, valuable session, and hope to be with you for the upcoming courses. This is one of the few similar comments that we received. So it's quite nice to hear positive thoughts about all this. I think that this will be the last one as well. I think we should come to the end as well because of Iftar and the fasting. I think everybody's eager as well to go. Do you want to add, Mr. Hector, something before I close down, before I say the final words, or?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that at least I want to thank all of you, and I want to thank you, Victor, for moderating, but also thank all of you for staying this long. And I really appreciate all your comments. I would ask if you want to reach out, sign up through my page, or connect with me on LinkedIn. We can follow up, and I look forward to those of you who are interested in signing up for this June course that's coming up, the Certified Product Manager. Sign up and let me know if you have any questions in between. I want to make sure that at least you guys are signed up, and then we can actually start engaging even before delivery starts. So at least you know what to expect. But I think that with this information, I made it so you can actually get access to everything that you need in order to ensure that you're making a decision as to whether or not to sign up for this course that's coming up, because this is the one that's coming up soonest. There'll be others that will be coming up and announced later in 2020, where I will be the expert trainer for Leoron, and those will be coming soon. So if you're interested in this one, go ahead and sign up. And Victor actually is the person to contact to actually sign up and enroll. And if you have any questions regarding the actual delivery, feel free to contact me right away. Let me know you signed up, and we can at least, I can guide you to additional things that you can do to prepare before the actual start of the course.
Thank you very much. It was very nice to hear. So, okay, thank you, everyone. On behalf of Leoron Group, Mr. Hector Del Castillo, and myself, it has been a really great pleasure to have you all today, and we are honored that you attended the How to Lead Your Product Through the COVID-19 Crisis live webinar. We hope that we have met and even exceeded your expectations, and you have gained as much value from the experiences as possible. As I mentioned earlier today, you will receive your certificates and your emails very soon. Also, a very small present from our side for all of you here today will be delivered in those emails, so take a good look. And because the present can be used for the next upcoming training events. So we hope that you have enjoyed the program, that our collaboration will not end here. And as you can see on the last slide of the presentation, we're going to have a 5-day live official training course for the Certified Product Manager International Training Program on June 14th. The event is with limited number of participants, so if you enjoyed today and want to extend your knowledge in the field of product management, I'm suggesting you to join us on the training session happening, as I mentioned, June 14th till 18th, 5-day session. And write down my email address, Mr. Hector's address, so feel free to reach me anytime. I will be glad to assist you with information and, of course, to sign you up for the event too. We look forward to seeing you there, and thank you.
Thank you so much.
This will be it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.